the pick and roll, the trap. VCU is going to play like this from start to finish. There's some teams that they start out pressuring you and then they relax as the game goes along.
Yeah, they never relax.
No, VCU believes we have to put this pressure on you right from the jump.
The lob underneath, and what a way to start on the feed. BYU by 3. We approach 8 minutes, first half. Shulga got his man in the air, thought about the shot. Clark will take the 3 instead, and got it. A minute to play.
BYU goes zone.
Jackson's 3 is good.
O'Connor on top. On the wing, free to fire. Here's a long shot by Anderson. And the rebound pulled down by Michael Bell. And here come the Rams, 27-6, with a 15-3 conference record.
Boy, that was really close to a turnover. Jackson was going to throw it to Bell, and Bell wasn't looking. And somehow Jackson was able to hang on to that ball.
Furman from Jackson. Shulga on the side. Shot clock at 9. The defense there is put on him by Anderson. And that's a 3. Which went to Oak Hill Academy and a Virginia Tech transfer. He's a senior. 13 all-conference. Zeb Jackson will bring it up. And under 2 to go in the first half. The winner going to the NCAA tournament. It's Shulga on top. Jackson in on the side. Clark with a 3. Cord! He got it! March 24th at 10/9 Central. Right here. After NCIS on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. They got Bell taking it by midcourt. And Shulga with a glance at his coach, Ryan Odom. Approaching 9 to play in the championship game with the winner going to the tournament. 3, Clark, bucket.
Screens. Edwards again. Edwards for 3. No good off the side of the rim. Ball tipped around. Shulga with another rebound. Here's Clark. Nice catch. High stepping in. Reverses his layup and lays it in.
Bam is still obviously a guy that can go off the dribble, but he also plays well without the basketball.
Back-to-back turnovers for Loyola. I know we talked to Drew Valentine before the ball game, and that was one of the points of emphasis that the two of you had, you two coaches. Bam for 3. It's good. In rhythm. Right? Slam it home. It's 36-29. We will see if the 1 seed can move on. VCU last year made it to the championship, but they did so as the 5 seed before losing to Duquesne. Bamasiel on the baseline. Bamasiel hops to the basket, and he's very quick with
guards out of the lane.
And a reminder that foul happened on the floor, so they're just inbounding. For Loyola, that was the 16th foul. The next one will send VCU to the free throw line. Shulga against Edwards. Shulga double team. They slip it to Furman. Short initially, but he got the friendly.
Never comfortable. So VCU, they won 9 games in a row to finish out the regular season. It would have been 10 in a row, but then all of a sudden Dayton knocked them off in that final game. That was on March 7th. And so into the tournament they come with a bit of a bad taste in their mouth, but still a terrific regular season. 15-1 at home as a 3-pointer in the.
Say you want to control tempo, it doesn't mean you can't run. It means you can run, but they can't, and Moore takes advantage of it.
Shulga, great look, down low.
An unselfish team guy. Jackson just says, hey, let's keep it the same. I'll keep coming off the bench, and is the best 6th man coming off the bench in the A-10 this year. Really a 6th starter, no question.
Shulga gives it up, gets it right back. 10 to shoot. Clark, rise and shoot.
There's the aggressive defense.
He's double. Gives it up for Brown. Brown can't get the basketball toward the basket. Bamasiel to the right.
Jones saw he had the much smaller Russell on him and used force getting in the paint, then great footwork getting the shot off.
Shulga is double, cross-court pass over to Clark. Clark behind the back. Bamasiel. Shulga, 7 to shoot. Back to Bamasiel. Bamasiel, he hits it. Yep. So back to 8.
Yeah, Bonnie's in striking distance here. They're going back to the zone, which year in, year out is normally a strength for them. Coach Smith doesn't love their zone this year.
Lob it up for Clark. Easy two. Council starting to feel it. Council can't get the finish off the back of the iron. Shulga to Clark. Clark!
Offensive rebound, the positives outweigh the minuses. But can some team in the future hurt them on those two things enough to knock them off? Their only losses in the last couple months have been on nights where they've had horrible shooting nights.
Lead back to 10, same spot we were at halftime. Shulga off a couple of screens. Shulga, the no-look pass, just a masterpiece. Moore has 14, and Jones with 10.
This is still a single-digit game. The Bonnies have been resilient.
Shulga thought about a shot instead of better look to Bambasil. 5 rebounds as well, and no turnovers for Shulga. Ahead to Russell. Here's Clark to the corner, and they are moving it around. Shulga with Council on him. Shulga gives it up at the rim, and that will be the dagger. Jack
goes right into the hands of Santos. These are, again, big moments that Jack Clark should have been able to come down with that rebound. He couldn't corral it. But when they're driving, you got to understand where these shooters are relocating to. Bennett's been able to get open a lot in this game. Now he's not shot it particularly well, but they've had great success simply driving it and relocating and kicking.
Jackson. Shulga. Kicks it inside. Oh, over the head with a shot there. Simon working on Clark. Up and under. Tough shot. No, Shulga has it. Jackson for the lead.
Stay in front of the ball, but also, even if it's closer to the three-point line, dare him to shoot threes. If they keep going over on that, they've been able to exploit it consistently.
Shulga got deep underneath the basket, kicks it back out for Bambasil on the runner, and that one's good.
I'm telling you, I've seen this movie before when these guys start off slow and they can go on a run like crazy.
Chris Walker, the unofficial voice of VCU Rams basketball this season. I think it's their 8th game. Shulga knocking down cones on his way through the...
Really do a great job of guarding. You don't want them to get 3. You don't want them to get any more momentum going into halftime.
You didn't seem to see Rozier favoring any particular body part as he was getting up. But as we said, we'll keep you up to date on his status. But right now, under a minute left, Shulga with 15 points in the corner. Clark, he can be a flamethrower.
Russell runs it into the...
Spiders can make some threes. They get a chance.
That's Colin Tanner. Misses his first look. Rebound by Zeb Jackson. He pulls the rebound. He runs the rims. Gets it back from Shulga on a nice look. And Zeb Jackson right off the bench. It's an 8-0 race for Richmond. But Mikel Tyne, again, doing his part. He's got 8 points.
You got to love Mikel Tyne, Carter. Right now, he's a one-man band. He's got to get some help.
Shulga kicks opposite. 3-ball goes for Philip Russell. Now White attacks. White launches the 3. That's an air ball into the hands of Jackson again.
VCU gives up only 62 points a game. 39% from the field. So the outstanding defensive team, Carter. This is not just a one-night wonder.
Furman off the look from Max Shulga. All the way to the rim. Mikel Tyne. Quick 2 for the Spiders.
Yeah. Tyne's had a great game for Richmond.
12 points, 6 straight double-figure scoring games for Mikel Tyne. Furman with
a mismatch.
Bamboye on the bench. Yeah, he's got a smaller defender on him.
Exactly. Furman's got a little guy on him.
Shulga drops it off. What a look to Christian Furman. Shulga.
Film after film, and he does it better. Some of the best players I've seen in the country getting to the other side of the rim.
I don't know how he found room to get on that baseline.
He's a big guy, but he finds a way to get the smallest.
Maddox, the drive. Tried to dump it, got it back, threw it up, wanted to foul, didn't get it. Great poke, and the run out, Jack
Clark. Worthy to the free throw line, 17-footer, grazes the front of the rim. I think the fans are going to think that they had something to do with that because they were counting the shot clock down.
Very intimidating place to play. You said something about the snow being here, so look at that dime right there.
Beautiful pass. And Frank. Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah, definitely shuffled his feet. Stay on balance. He could have gotten fouled and one. Oh!
Bamasiel was lurking and then jammed.
They just find a way, and then when they play with tempo, one of the most beautiful things to watch in the country is this team, and how dare they say they're on the bubble, Tom. This team is good enough to be in the NCAA tournament.
Well, again, we'll see what happens on Saturday. Furman on the alley-oop lob from Shulga. 3:30 to play. Shulga with the rebound. Hill in the game for the first time for VCU. He's another freshman, doesn't get as much playing time, but we had a game earlier this year where he shot the lights out. Shulga's just distributing.
Move them up a little bit, but got to provide more resistance than what they're doing right now.
Diggins for three, no good. He's been cool from the floor. Here comes Shulga again. His eyes are up. Bounce pass baseline. Hill tries to lay it, and he does.
Tom, this kid right here.
By choice. This is by choice right here, folks. The cul-de-sac is coming in rather thick.
Cul-de-sac.
Bamasiel from the corner for three. It's good.
And there was no way UMass is going to allow that to happen.
And Foster has it blocked away by Bamboye. Here comes Bamasiel.
A team score at the rim against VCU like this all year long.
And inside the wild shot from Nissa. And two defenders on him and kind of forced it up. Ten-point lead for GW. VCU is the team that typically wins by double digits. Shulga in the corner for Russell. He sizes up a three, and he's in the first. Oh, and some miscommunication. Jennings lays it in.
Is to have extra ball handlers against this pressure late, and I would expect extra ball handlers to get the ball to Buchanan and Castro in the half court. But to get it to them, you got to get it across half court, hence the 2 point guards in at the same time.
The latest half a dozen for the Rams, closing in on the final 3 minutes. Shot clock in single digits. Shulga for Jackson.
To get him on pin down screens.
All 9 players that have checked into the game for Dayton have scored so far. Locked up and making sure this Dayton offense plays settled basketball in the half court.
Perfect word, settled basketball.
Bennett no good on the three. Shulga now with his 6th rebound.
Right, jab step, pull up 17-footer, too strong. He had some good looks.
Yeah, good shot, and that's what you want. You want to make sure you get a shot on goal every single time, not turning the basketball over. Look at that defense right there, getting in the hole. How White on the weak side.
And Clark, the transfer.
Couple shots.
Yeah, he's pretty comfortable, isn't he?
Yeah, he really is. And talking about another young man who's traveled. UCLA, DePaul. So this is what happened in college basketball. Guys are not afraid of these environments because they played in them, Tom, already at multiple schools.
Bell, tough catch, nearly a turnover, bumped in the paint, hook shot is good.
Thing, but it's tough to pull off an upset. Got to get him going.
Back to a 12-point game, Clark for three. Yes, sir.
Knows talent. Those great Penn teams and Temple teams trying to duplicate that success. Got a new building in North Philly.
Bamasiel for three. It's good. He splashed it home.
Man, you just got to run them off. just toughness.
Jackson for three, splash down.
14-7 this year, didn't play in their last game. Leger Jones. And 5 sets of eyes are on him every single dribble. Leger Jones knocks down the 3. Defense by the Rams. Hit and step back 3. Air ball. Rebounded by...
It's set into the offensive end. They'd like to see him do that more. Green for 3, no good. And Russell pulls down the rebound. Here comes Shulga, leaves it for Clark. Clark gets some space and lays it in.
Clock.
Well, 22 is where Sebastian Thomas, nice through the defense, sweeps it, doesn't get it to go. And the rebound by Russell. He's got a 5-on-4 opportunity, but nope, Thomas is able to recover. Up top for Russell. He's open for 3. It's good. Left sideline. Boy, he's caught in a real tough spot. Pass up top, stolen away by Shulga. Throws it toward the basket for Bamisil with a kiss.
Shulga the rebound. Up ahead is Bamisil for the finish.
Giving up another offensive rebound is going to be their Achilles heel tonight if they don't get it fixed.
Zeb mentioned that at the beginning of the year as Bamisil tries to foul in.
And putting the pressure on the referees, whether you're going to call a foul or not. Sometimes you have to play that way.
Ty Valentine didn't take the bait on that play.
Oh, he's a veteran.
He is a veteran. A Final Four national championship veteran. Inside the bell, bringing it home.
Like I said, that step back is deadly. That was pretty decent defense, just better offense.
A 34% three-point shooter this season. Inside the Furman with the reverse, plus the foul. 10-point lead, matching VCU's largest of the first half. Swope again. And the rebound to Shulga. He's got Bamisil down court, and he'll lay it in.
That was not...
Gibson catch and shoot. Jennings climbs the ladder for the rebound.
See if VCU can get some rhythm to this this zone offense. See, they got Jack Clark flashing into the middle.
Because how do you attack this zone by St. Louis? As Clark hits.
Just like that.
And hits as the shot clock almost expired.
That was a tough shot. Falling out of bounds.
Swope with 14 first half points. He's tied for the game high with Bamisil and St. Louis down by 5.
What a big shot that was.
Under 10 to shoot. Shulga to Bamisil for 3. Ring it up. Right back at it. In the first half, have scored just 2. Swope inside had his pass taken away. VCU on the run to Bamisil. 10. They're currently 3-0. Jimerson hit off the side of the backboard. Up ahead to Shulga. Found Bell, and he'll lay it in. And Fordham's back in front by 1. Russell misses on the 3. Good play by Shulga to create another chance for VCU. And Russell again from downtown and connect.
You know, like a good cornerback. You got to forget that last play. There are hundreds of plays in the game, and not all of them are going to be stellar. You got to be able to wipe the slate clean.
Well, Russell has been almost automatic in the last 2 games, averaging 25.5 points and shooting over 55% from 3. Bamboye inside with the finish. He only averages about 3 a game, and Rivera strong to the 10. Tambila misses the follow-up.
Two puppies.
And here's Bell down low, and he'll score with the left hand. And he'll lay it in.
And again, the turnover bug comes back to haunt VCU.
And don't look now, but Fordham only trails by 3.
They've steadied themselves. The zone has really helped them.
VCU started this half on an 8-0 run. Since that time, Fordham has outscored VCU 12-6. Bamisil connects from distance.
First miss, or excuse me, making back-to-back misses now for the Rams. Inside, Clark able to step in front of Miles Rubin and get the foul. Turnovers have been problematic for Loyola. Point guard injury issues, and the dump down there.
Basket, caught the ball, was able to finish with patience.
Quinn streaking to the basket, and then it hits the deck after the miss. Clark. Extra pass back for Russell. And how about that look from Shulga?
I would like to see VCU maybe post up Shulga because they're trying to run him off screens and it's not working.
How about Jack? Shulga slips it up, not in. Gets it back. Nice pass. Clark able to finish. And put VCU up here by 4. Welcome you to Chicago. Jack Clark with the lay-in.
The confidence and patience from Brown. Mark Schmidt said to us yesterday, he's not a black hole on offense. He'll pass it. He knows when to take his shot. Doesn't just pound it into oblivion.
Brown shooting 65% from the field. That's 6th best in the Atlantic 10. Shulga kicks it out to Russell for 3. Rattles that one home.
And that's what VCU wants to do. They get 36.
Kicks it out to Billups. Shulga for 3. That one bounces out, no good. Offensive rebound comes out to VCU. Shulga, baseline, looks for some help. Here's Billups for 3.
Second chance.
Here's Council. Skips it out to Chance Moore for a wide open 3. Can't connect on it. Shulga quickly up the head of Bama Seal for the jam.
And that was vintage VCU.
Shulga will take it out underneath. To Furman, hands it back to Shulga. Bama Seal for 3.
Just a beautiful screen.
And pivot, try to get you out of position.
7 for Collier. Bamasil for 3. Shulga an offensive rebound. Back to Bamasil for the finish.
We're not giving up any easy looks so far.
And they also got length. We hadn't really touched on that defensively. They got a lot of length inside, just like Bamboye.
Great defense.
That's almost as if you have to speed up the offensive flow.
Absolutely.
With a limited time on the shot clock. Russell, catch and shoot from distance in the game. Good play by Max. Goes behind his head. Bamasil with the finish. For 3.
There we go.
I just did. Kincaid with his first field goal to make it now an 83-60 lead for VCU. That was a pretty pass there by Max, his best assist of the game.
Right. If it would have happened earlier, probably the assist of the game.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Rams have 22 assists on 32 made field goals. Bamasil, Shulga, nice pass to Bell with the finish.
End of the games for any reason. Russell, a deep 3. Furman had it spill out of his hands, but it found its way in the corner to Shulga. Still looking for his first bucket tonight.
He's hustled down 2 loose ball rebounds so far on the offensive end. Always nice to have that size and a guard being able to do that.
Late shot clock again. 1. Russell, does he get it off in time? He does, and the floater is pure. For Neek Clifford. Team's leading scorer this season, averaging 18 points per game. He has scored in double figures in every single contest this season.
Great player, developmental story, transfers from Colorado, comes to Colorado State, and has gotten better both years. Great player.
Bamasil rises up from the corner and buried.
By Rashawn Bemba, stepping up to play here for Colorado State with physicality, intensity on that front line.
Yeah, Bemba led the way for Colorado State with 8 points in the first half, to go along with 4 rebounds, and on the first position.
The 6'6" wing, looking like Sean Marion there on the baseline, elevating for the two-handed slam.
I don't know if he would like Sean Marion's shot, though.
No questions. He has a much more beautiful shot as Jack.
Using that elbow, and VCU forces another turnover. Russell pops for 3. Got it. Polanowski for 3. And Russell the rebound. Inside 7.5 minutes to go, and VCU with a 19-point lead over Penn in search of their 4th win in a row. Russell for 3. Here's White using the right hand for 2. 28-point lead as we're inside 3 minutes.
I think what would be very important for this VCU team is the development of their 2 5-men, Bamboye and Furman. And the more they come along and the more they're able to do in terms of, passing and catching a little bit more, I think it's going to really benefit this group.
Nice passing by VCU, and Billups time at home, but they scored at least 80. Bamboye with another block. Up ahead to Billups for 3. Ring it up.
Do that sometimes when you're as prolific as he is.
Couple passes, ball into the corner. Rayner off the mark. Furman ultimately squeezes it. The Siegel Center's about to get a little loud here. Next head ball, we're going to get Zeb Jackson on the floor at home for the first time this year. Bama Seal, almost a replay of a moment.
In number 6 in the ACC, but they boast a lineup that can score the basketball. Here's Bama Seal from Max Schultz, the 7-footer. Skip pass. Good ball movement. Jalen Blackman can't get the 3-pointer to go. And the rebound to the big man, Christian Furman. Here's Shulga. Scored 20 in that overtime loss to Seton Hall and 17 on Friday against Vanderbilt. A whistle on the...
Russell, you never like to see a guy foul out before getting foul trouble before the first TV timeout.
Bama Seal feeling it early. First 2.
And you see Miami now is making a conscious effort to me, trying to get the ball into the paint.
Furman got it. Max Shulga brings it up. 5 points for him, 7 for Bama Seal. A 2-point VCU lead. And they add to that lead.
And if you are under 60, you can't leave out. So he hasn't been able to see him. He was able to see his sister and his mom in Italy this summer. And so, he plays with a lot on his shoulders, and it just goes to show you there's a lot that these young people go through beyond basketball.
Another look from Shulga.
And package, he's smallish, and he gets good looks at the basket. He's not intimidated by size, either coming off the screen or people guarding him.
Bama Seal, heat check.
His job at Virginia when Ralph was going into senior year and Jim Larinaga showed me around.
I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in Charlottesville. Bama Seal. Good and 1 from Shulga. Another assist. Here's Kidd from the elbow. Now Schwartz. Can't get it to go. Zeb Jackson up ahead. Shulga the pass. And another assist to Joe.
3 of the night for him.
It's nice to score the set you designed coming out of halftime, and he is a catch-and-shoot sniper. Good set to get him a look to start the half.
And an answer on the other end for Duval stripped. Max Shulga the other way. And the Rams decide to slow it down. A little more than 4 minutes remaining. 1-point game in the Charleston Classic quarterfinal.
I'm going to let him set up shop deep in the paint. That's trouble. Division I level, you're going to get buried down there.
Illich, 6'10", 235. Easier on the other side, Jack Clark. Theodosio, no good on the runner. Rebound, Clark. Shulga, in and out of his hands. Clark to Bama Seal. 1-2 combo. Furman already figures to be one of the top players in the A10 in blocks per game, and certainly making a good case and backing that up tonight.
That was Clark's block right there. Nice play.
Nice move from Shulga. Leads to Clark, slamming it down. Mop loses control. Barely able to get the shot off. Rebound for Bell. Feels like a must stop here for Loyola.
Boy, no kid. Air is about to go out of the balloon.
I was just about to say, Stewart Siegel Center is ready to erupt. And there it is.
For Jack Clark.
We're going back to your point a minute ago. Yeah, we do live in a new age of college basketball. Another rejected shot for the Rams. Shulga ahead. Bamasil will drive and finish at the rim. The other way.
He's got some great days ahead of him, I would think.
Clark. It's going to be interesting to compare, especially in hindsight, how VCU played against him versus Loyola. Still Jr. looking for the corner three, no good. And there's your first double-double of the season for the VCU Rams. Jack Clark.
And another three. Savage for three. And he gives Merrimack a 1-point lead.
Brandon Denton did a really good job fighting over that screen. However, it looks like Coach Odom was arguing about a moving screen that led to Savage being open.
Savage, a career 36% three-point shooter, as Merrimack wanted a travel on Bamasil. The floater is true. It's a short breather.
Absolutely, and these are key moments for Merrimack. They're going to have to hold VCU they're going to have to hold them from not getting able to have a run with Bud out of the game.
And Philip Russell, who checked back in for the Rams. Russell has the switch on Itumnu.
Good paces by VCU's offense.
Shot clock under 10. Bamasil has it with 5. 12-point performance against Boston College on Friday. Wild attempt there by Itumnu. And here's Bamasil.
Size rebounder. That's one of the things that he does so well, McFarland. He averaged almost 9 rebounds a game at Southeast Louisiana.
Up top, 3 ball, Bamasil.
Sorry, he told me before the game, we got to get through this initial period where they're going to come after us hard early. We got to get through that, and they really are on the verge. Well, let's see what happens there. I was going to say they're on the verge.
He only attempted 5 threes, hit 1. The miss on the block for Brown. Shulga, 3-on-2 quickly. The bounce to Bamasil. Euro rejected, count it. Off against the midshipman. He now leads Harvard.
I tell you, Bamasil, besides everything else, is a tough defender.
Clark, transition 3.
Here at the Siegel Center. Bamasil takes the first shot and is volleyballed back to Bamasil. Bamasil on the drive and the finish.
I was going to say the one thing that they had multiple miscommunications, leaving open shooters. Bellarmine couldn't make them pay.
The Knights haven't made a field goal in over 3 minutes. Good look to Clark in the corner and hits the 3. To the conference title game last year before losing to Duquesne. Here's Shulga going right to the basket. Found Billups left open for 3.
As a fan, as a teammate, as a coach, you love to see one of your best players compete on the defensive end like that. It can be a spark plug.
Scoreboard shows 47-40 as they still need to review that shot by Russell, who hits a straightaway 3.